Welcome back to the 52 Weeks to Wealth. My name is Walter Amarello, and we've been traveling on this journey of the 52 Weeks to Wealth for, you guessed it, 22 weeks. 22 weeks. We're on Wealth Principle 22. Seek out strategic partnerships and affiliates. Strategic partnerships and affiliates. So why should you seek out strategic partnerships and affiliates? Well, let's ask you a better question. Do you want to make more money this year? You can just put your hand up if you want to make more money. Put it where I could see it, right next to the camera there. Excellent. And the other question I'm very, very comfortable with asking at this point, because I ask it every single week, do you want to do it with less work? Would you like to make more money with less work? And you just put your hand up where I could see it. Awesome. Right in front of the camera. There you go. Well, then that's why you want strategic partnerships. Because a strategic partnership is something that doesn't cost you money unless you've made money. It doesn't cost you money unless you made money. It's not like hiring an employee. See, an employee, you hire them, you pay them. No results necessary. No results necessary. And so sometimes a business will cost money right up front. Day one, costing money. Brought in an employee, and now we've got to go get business. Whereas a strategic partnership is based on what you both or multiple bring to the table. What do you both bring to the table? So I want you to visualize right now how the mentorship works. When you think about the Alchemist mentorship, it's me talking. This is how the funnel works. I start with educating people on the 52 Weeks to Wealth. I let you know the process, how to become successful. And then as we go through the mentorship, I bring in other coaches who are much more experienced than me in their arena. And I ask them to share their abilities. I ask them to share what they know. So now I'm strategically partnering with people at a higher level than me so I can keep focused on my mission to build 100 millionaires. And if you haven't heard the story of why I'm building 100 millionaires, it's very simple. At one point, I was broke. I had absolutely nothing. In fact, I even wrote the book, Broke to a $250,000, as a testament to how broke I was. And even the $250,000, that was, the first step. But I was emotionally broke. And so when I wrote this book, I didn't actually put it out where people could see it. I put it on my desk. And for 2 years, it sat there. And then I became a millionaire. And then I became a multimillionaire. And then I finally published the book because I was afraid of what other people might think. I was afraid of being judged for having earned money, for becoming successful, for becoming somebody with wealth. Has anybody ever had that fear that if you make money, your friends might judge you? Has anybody ever had that feeling that maybe if you made money, your friends might not want to hang out with you, or they'd be embarrassed to be around you, or they feel like themselves were a little bit less? So when I was going through this process, I decided I'm going to build 100 millionaires, and I'm going to build a community so we can all feel comfortable with each other, so we can feel good about building success. Because I discovered that the only way to get more success is to find yourself friends who want you to be successful. Because if all your friends want you to fail, then you're going to continuously want to support your friends. You want to be there with them. You want to hang out with them. If you make more money and now you've got to go to Vegas, you want to bring your friends. I say got to go to Vegas, right? Because we have to go to that next training program so we can make an extra $100,000 this year. So we go to these events, or like Orlando's coming up, the 100 Millionaires Summit. So you're going to be going to the 100 Millionaires Summit to improve your mind, but your friends are going to be like, oh man, you're going to Orlando? And you're going to say, yeah, you should come with me. And then some of your friends or people may say, oh, I don't want to be at a success event for 3 days. I just want to go to or Universal or Disney. Like, why don't screw that event? Why don't you just go and party down there? And that experience makes learning and growing a little bit more difficult, doesn't it? If the people around you don't support you. So imagine the people around you say, you mean there's an event where I can go reset my mind, where I can get to the next level, where I can be surrounded in a room full of millionaires and ambitious people looking to be millionaires? Like, honestly, when I started, if you told me you wanted to be a millionaire, you would have been my best friend. Because nobody I knew wanted success. Nobody I knew wanted money. You know what they wanted? To do better than their friends. That was all their goal was. I just want to do better than the person on the side of me. I just want to do a little bit better than, my parents did. I just want to do a little bit better than that guy. Like, they weren't concerned about making significant wealth or having financial freedom. They weren't concerned about being able to enjoy their time off or watch their friends, their kids grow, or be able to, like Ryan McDermott, be able to pay for college for generations. They didn't have those thoughts and those concerns. Hands to the camera if you know any of those people, if you know people like that who just don't think beyond tomorrow and this week or the weekend. Cool. At least we come from the same space. So when we built the 100 Millionaires dream and mission, I realized I can't do it alone. Just like when I was investing in real estate, which, by the way, I'm still investing in real estate, but I don't have to put any effort into it other than identify deals and identify money. Right now, we're in a very good financial situation in South Coast Capital where we've got a lot of money, we've got all the labor, and we're looking to hunt for deals right now. And we're hunting hard for deals. Hence the camp, it's a tight market. There's a little bit of a change in how you market. You have to be a little more aggressive. You have to be a little more aware of what's going on. And you have to build deeper relationships. Money is all about relationships, partnerships, and being strategic about them means you make a little bit more money. So when we talk about the word strategic, if you've ever had a conversation with Dr. Terry Wager, or you've gotten on the bullet train of action, then I want you to put your hand up because I know you know what I'm about to talk about. Dr. Terry Wager is extremely strategic. He has a process for everything. He's got this chart that has like so many arrows on it and processes and systems because success is not by accident. Now, there's the chart right there. Success is not by accident. Success is about following a process. It's about being strategic. It's about doing the things that work in order that they work in. And if you grab something out of order, that's cool. Hold on to it. You'll need it later. Hands to the camera if you know that's true. At least get all the pieces together, and then you can put them together in the right place. So you want to be strategic about the relationships that you're attracting to yourself, even if you don't quite know how to use them all right away. And then you want to partner with people who have things that you don't have or are better at things that you don't ever want to be good at. Hands up if you've done DISC before. You've done your DISC profile. Awesome. MBTI, you've done your MBTI before. Excellent. The 16 personalities. So when you identify who you are, you can now move forward in a way that allows you to identify what you don't like to do. You see, most people focus on the things they're not good at, and they work really hard to improve them. But if you're really, really looking to be successful, you've got to focus on the things you're good at. Just focus on the things you're good at, and then go and strategically partner with somebody who's good at the things you're not good at. And it's okay to pass a little bit of money to other people because those people earned it. Those people are doing things you don't want to do. So strategic partnerships and affiliating. Affiliating is sometimes what you have to do to buy a piece of real estate if you've never gotten any experience. We talk about affiliate marketing all the time, how you can go and sell somebody else's product, how you can go and have other people sell your product. But in real estate, we also affiliate. We have key principles. We have partners who come on because they have experience, or we have partners that come on because they have credit. Has anybody ever heard of those concepts before? Like the bank told you no because you got no experience in the business. Oh, well, I guess I can't buy real estate. No, strategic partnership with somebody who has experience, who's currently got equity, or who's currently got good credit. Strategically partner. Most of my deals in real estate have been strategic partnerships. Most of my deals have not been by myself. In fact, if I look back, I don't know that I've ever done a single deal without a partner. Even when I was quote unquote solo operating by myself, I always had a partner on the other line. My first house I bought with my girlfriend at the time. My second and third house I bought with my wife, my first sales were because I went through a divorce. And my first refinance, my first great financial situation, opportunity was through a partnership that failed. That was a bad partnership. So I've been through partnering for a while. And then every deal after that, I bought with a hard money lender who was a partner on the deal, or I bought with Ron Bowling afterwards. And Ron and I have been buying real estate together for the last 4 years. And with that partnership, I'm able to buy a whole lot more. We're able to expand to 2 different markets, right? I'm down here in Tampa hunting for property. He's back in Fall River handling the deals. make sure everything runs smoothly. Hands to the camera if you know partnerships are valuable. Excellent. Hands to the camera if you already, like, I know this community. This community has been here for a long time. Each one of you has already been past the point of knowing you want a partner. Hands up if you know you want a partner. You're already at that point where you know what you want. Excellent. So I'm going to take you through a process, a strategic partnership exercise. So this strategic partnership exercise is designed so you can take action today. And I learned this from a very unique situation, a very unique place. Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins. And it's even stranger because Tony Robbins was actually looking for his ideal woman, his ideal relationship partner, his ideal spouse. But what he did is something that works in business also. He wrote down on a piece of paper all of the aspects of that woman, that dream woman with her hair and her skin color and her height and the way she thought and the way she looked and the way she talked and what she wanted to do for herself. And he wrote that down. And wouldn't you know, he found his wife is exactly that woman. His wife is exactly what he wrote down on that piece of paper. And Doug hung out with Tony Robbins for a long time, got to travel with him and be around with him. Doug, how accurate is that story? I know I've left some details out.
Oh yeah, 100%. He wrote it down on a train on the map that he had, and he filled the entire map on both sides with every attribute. Now, how deep are you going into that? Are you staying with just
super shallow, but right there?
Huh?
I'm going super shallow, like into a puddle.
Okay, cool. So then, yes, 100%.
Let's give Doug McGurk a round of applause. So Doug hung out with Tony Robbins for 3 years. So he knows the story. If you want to learn more about Doug's time with Tony, you can definitely have a conversation with him. And Doug, if you want to drop your chat in the link below, your link in the chat below. And then Dr. Terry Wager, if somebody is interested in jumping on the bullet train, let's drop your link as well. Find out more about that. So this whole concept of writing down your relationship, I did the same thing with Darina, and I did the same thing with Ron Bowling, although I didn't know that I was looking for a person with Ron Bowling. You see, when I brought on my business partner, I was looking for a lifestyle. I had written down on a piece of paper something that my coach had told me in 2015. He said, Walter, you want to live a lifestyle where that goes by these initials. He called it GNN. Walter, not needed. Walter, not needed. So I wrote this on my wall. I want massive passive income. Actually, I don't know if I said massive passive income. I just said I want passive income from rental properties with GNN. Walter, not needed. And I got to address my coach yesterday because, I met him in 2015 and we didn't really see each other for the next few years. And yesterday I told him, I said, there was something wrong with GNN, Walter, not needed. And the problem was, the universe doesn't recognize the negative. It doesn't recognize the not. And so I build this great business and Walter was still freaking needed. Like, the business could run without me mostly, but I always left something where I needed to be in there. Hand up if you've done that in your business. You've always left yourself a little room to have a job. Stop doing that. You can strategically partner with people so you don't have that job. You can strategically partner with people so they don't have that job either. The idea is to partner with idea makers, with people who have ideas, who run companies, who inspire others. Be one who inspires others. You'll attract people who inspire others. Be someone who can influence others. Be someone who is worthy of being influenced on by people who have that upper level, people who are looking to get to the next level. Hands up if you want to be somebody that other people look at and say, man, I want to work with them. I want to use their skills. I want to use their team. I want to use their abilities. And so first, you must feel that you're a valuable strategic partner. So before we do that, I want you to write this list down. And Darina did this, by the way. And look, I present myself. Here I am. The greatest man that Darina could have imagined is right here in front of her. Now, for each one of you, you have your own ideals. You have your own ideal strategic partner. I'm going to define my Ron Bowling while you write down what you want in your partnership. And I may define Darina as well, and I may define Terry as well. These are partners of mine who I'm extremely satisfied with. I make a lot of money with these people, and I love each one of them dearly. And that's the ideal partnership. You want to really, really care about this person, but that comes from time. That comes from a decision and from time. Ron, for example. And by the way, this is an exercise for you to write down. This is your life, your business. So one of the things I liked about Ron is that he is always on time. Ron is punctual, always on time. If we got to be somewhere, he's there 20 minutes early. One of the other things you may look for in a partner is somebody who has a skill you lack. So Ron's empathy, he's extremely empathetic. He understands, I'm sorry, not empathetic, empathic, like Dr. Terry Wages always teach me. Empathic. He's extremely aware of what other people might be thinking. And he's able to, in our business, say, no, Walter, like, I know you thought you said this and like that was a great idea, but how it was perceived was this. You need to change what you're saying on stage, or you need to change how you think that situation is, because this is really where people are at. And same with our funnels. He's, said, I got to change some of the words. Another attribute or thing that you look for in a person could be somebody who is dedicated, willing to put in long hours when necessary, but also aware that there are ways to improve effectiveness. So I didn't just want somebody who was going to grind. I was not looking for a partner to grind it out. I was looking for a partner who could automate the process, who could get things to the point where it didn't have to be ground anymore. Like, he's willing to do the grind enough to learn the grind, then he's willing to go and delegate it and do the research and find the process. So that was another aspect that I was looking for in my partnership. Somebody who was good with money. I had to have somebody who was able to hold money, somebody who respected and revered money, who, when it came to him, it could sit there for a year and he would have no problem holding it. Because in this business, we're real estate investors. Sometimes cash is a position, and sometimes the flow isn't as consistent as we'd like. And so being able to have that hold money ability was important to me. And so I wanted somebody with commitment, somebody who had discipline, somebody who, when they said they were going to do something, they did it, regardless of whether the situation was better or worse for them. If they committed to doing something, they did it. Ron spent 17 years in the military. He's actually working his way up to, I think, 19 years in the military. And so that was a qualifier for me. Somebody who can commit to that kind of, I guess, process. To me, like, it seems like a lot of work to be following all those rules all the time. But Ron likes rules. So it was an ideal partnership. Somebody who can follow a process, improve a process. And that's the other thing. He improves the process. He doesn't just follow it blindly. If something's flawed, he goes and he reviews it and he gives it an opportunity, creates an opportunity so that it can be better next time, so we can do more. And he's always asking himself, how do we make sure that we don't make a mistake? How do we protect ourselves? How do we not lose things? Because me on the other side, I'm always looking at, how do we go bigger? How do we go faster? How do we do more? And so it makes sense to have a partner. If you're like me, it makes sense to have a partner who's going to be there saying, let's just, before we go off that cliff, let's take a look over the edge first and see if we need a parachute or if we need to just get a rope and like go down. Don't jump off the cliff unless you have a partner keeping an eye on you, right? Unless you got a little tether back to the land. And then the other side, you may be that stable person. You may be that really, rock solid person, and you're looking for somebody who's a salesperson, who's a killer, who's willing to do whatever it takes, who's willing to work long hours, not sleep, travel, do what it takes to be uncomfortable, learn new skills, hire coaches, spend $130,000 on education to go and sharpen yourself to get to the next level. You may be looking for that partner, right? If you don't have that desire to be a great marketer, that desire to be a great salesperson, to communicate with people in a crafty way where they can be inspired. If you don't have the desire to be the person whose face is all over the company, where you cannot walk out in public without people recognizing you. Some of you, that may be exciting. Some of you, that may be terrifying. So a partner who's willing to go out and be the marketer, be the face, be the salesperson. Dr. Terry Wager, a partner who's willing to do the grind, right? A partner who's built an asset that I don't have time to build. His mind. He's built the ability to, in any situation, figure out how to get you from where you are to the bullet train, right? Whether he's got to get another bullet train up the bullet ATV to get you over there, right? He'll get you on the bullet ATV to get you there. Doug McGurk, right? I've never hung out with Tony Robbins. I can't say that I've traveled with him, right? So I found somebody who has, somebody who knows exactly how that arena works. Mitch Jorsky, I hate evaluating real estate. I'm goddamn good at it, but I cannot stand doing it, right? But you put a deal in front of me, I can't stop myself. I just evaluate it. Like, it is what it is, right? But I hate doing it. Mitch Jorsky is a beast. He's 10 times better than I am. He loves it. He loves evaluating real estate. He loves the numbers. In fact, he doesn't even want to talk to you. He's like, just send me the deal. I'll tell you yes or no. Like, that's all. Like, you evaluate the deal, I'll tell you what's wrong with it, or I'll tell you what's right with it. And I'll say, I would do it or I wouldn't do it. Hands to the camera if you know that's valuable. Yeah, I don't have time to do what Mitch does. I don't have time to do what Doug does, right? I'm not going to teach you how to speak. I'm not going to teach you how to get on stage. I'm not going to teach you NLP. I'm going to teach you hypnosis. I'm not going to do what Terry does. I'm not going to put you on the bullet train of action. I'm going to show you who the conductor is. I'm going to show you who the coach is who does it, because I'm moving at a much faster pace so I can collect more people, right? I'm hanging out now with Ken Walls, thanks to Charles Coachman. I hang out with Charles Coachman and Ken Walls in our mastermind because I'm looking to reach up, right? Looking to get to the next level, looking to help more people. 100 millionaires. Have you ever thought about it? Like, what does that look like? It's literally just 100 people. The problem is you are all over the place. I don't know why you guys can't just stand in one place. Why couldn't you just stand in a line and I'll just pick you up? Be like, all right, you want to be a millionaire? You want to be a millionaire? It's insane. It's insanity looking for you. And I've been looking for you for a long time before I found you. It did not happen by accident. Many of you have told me, yeah, I just happened to stumble across. No, you didn't happen to stumble across shit. I was putting it out there. I've been looking for you for a long time. I've been looking for somebody who's ready to get themselves to the next level. I've been putting the books out. I've been putting the videos out. I've been making myself very uncomfortable for a very long time. You're welcome. And thank you for finally noticing. This is not by accident that you're here. You intentionally want something. You intentionally want to get to the next level, even if it's, sometimes scary to admit it, that you want to be a millionaire, that you could be a millionaire, that you have the ability inside of you. Let's strategically partner up, right? Let's you and I go and do this, because it is possible and it is easier than you think. And I'm not going to lie. It will be harder than you think sometimes too. I'm on a path to build inside of your head the belief that you could do it. That's all it takes. Once I know that you believe it, hands up if you've seen yourself do some goddamn amazing things. You've done some amazing things in your life. Yes, you have. Yes, you have. If you're still here at this point on this planet, you have done some amazing things to be here. There has been some shit that has come your way. Nobody gets through life this far with the ability to log on to Zoom by themselves without having gone through some shit. Hands up if you know that's true. Yeah. And I've been through a lot of stuff myself. And the pain, the things you've been through are the reason for the second half of my mission. The first half is build 100 millionaires. The second half is build 100 millionaires who are inspired to build 100 millionaires. So as you continue to grow yourself, as you make that million, as you continue to go after your second million, which, by the way, it doesn't stop, right? Like, people will ask you, how much is enough? Money doesn't really matter. Money doesn't make you happy. Like, when are you going to stop making money? And it's like, dude, like, ask Michael Phelps if he's ever going to get out of the freaking pool, right? Like, the dude just swims. Like, once you start making money, you just make money. Like, why would you ever stop? Like, okay, I went and had shrimp the other day and I like shrimp. So I guess that one time's all I ever want shrimp for. No, once you taste it, you want more of it. You're like, I'll do that again maybe next week, right? Once you have sushi, and if you like sushi, you want more of it. That first time you had a Coca-Cola or that first beer, like, maybe you didn't like it, but you have enough of them, eventually you want it all the time. Hands up if that makes sense. Money is the same way. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. In fact, money gives you more opportunities to be a better human being. And so when people ask, How much is enough? When will you stop? You can just look at them and tell them, I don't know. But as long as it feels this good, I'm going to keep doing it. Does that make sense? Because they don't know how good it feels. They think money doesn't buy happiness. Man, they've never bought happiness before. It's crazy. There's like so many things in life that are actually bought with money that make you happy. Like, when was the last time you had something that tasted delicious? Was it like last week or was it yesterday? Like literally, like maybe even this morning, you had something that tasted delicious. You could have had gruel, right? You could have had just oatmeal with no flavor in it. That was an option. That was the no money option, right? The money option tastes better. The money option feels better in your stomach, in your belly. Has anybody ever wanted to get a gift for their spouse? Hand up if you've ever liked somebody enough you wanted to get them something. And then money been a problem and like you didn't go get them something and that felt pretty bad. Yeah. So more money makes you happier, right? It makes them happier. Hasn't you ever seen that feeling on like your own personal feeling when you receive something from somebody you care about and you know they really put thought into it and they really had like the intention of your satisfaction? This wasn't a selfish gift that they were going to use later. I remember this one time that my dad bought it, by the way, not one of my dad's proudest moments, but my dad bought a vacuum for my mom and thought he was going to get points for that. Hands up if you could see the flaw with that purchase. Yeah, there's like all sorts of things wrong with that purchase. Like there's like so many levels that just doesn't work. So fortunately, I watched people make mistakes and I learned from them. So I have never bought Darina a vacuum, but I consistently make sure she has Windex if she ever needs it, in the house. Just kidding. That's so bad. Love you. So with your strategic partners, as you write down the things that you want, I want you to remember these are going to be some of your best friends. Me and Terry's got skills that I never wanted to go and get. I mean, for like a moment, I was like, dude, I should be a therapist. I should go take psychology. I should really go deep into this. And then I realized that's 4 years I'm not spending, right? Like I'm just not going to do it. So I could partner with somebody who's already done it. Same with Mike. I was bragging about attorneys this morning. Who heard me talking about how like attorneys got it easy, right? Their funnel is the easiest funnel there is. Well, and if you didn't hear that, that's because everybody in the mentorship, we hang out a little bit earlier and we learn and we hang out together because I like you and you're in the mentorship. So I've committed to you. So I have to make sure that I'm available. And hands up if you've enjoyed being in the mentorship so far, if it's helped you become more successful. Yes. Excellent. Excellent. If it's helped you do some deals, awesome. And hands up if you've seen people strategically partner in the mentorship where they're making more money now because of their partnerships. Awesome. Give yourselves a round of applause. Everybody in the mentorship has really shown themselves, proven themselves worthy of the success that's coming to you. And if you haven't heard about the mentorship, that's my fault. Again, I apologize. I've been working on this. I've been working on letting people know about the great opportunity that we've created. It is $11.97, and for 8 weeks, we kick your butt. In fact, my coach yesterday was saying, why don't you call it the Alchemist Boot Camp? And I told him, I was like, well, I don't know, because Alchemist mentorship sounded cooler to me. But he's like, it's really like a boot camp where for 8 weeks, you're teaching them the processes of becoming a millionaire. You're teaching them the systems, how it gets done, how to get to the next level. And you're connecting them with your network so they're in there with other people. Imagine going to boot camp alone. That's hell. But you go to boot camp with people who want the same thing. They just want to get through this and be able to have the goal on the other side. Well, boot camp's a whole lot more fun. So he was talking about, it should be the Alchemist boot camp, but I'm sticking to Alchemist mentorship. Hands up if you know, hey, it's my thing. I get to name it what I want. That's right. As long as you know, it's very much intensive for 8 weeks. We spend a lot of time together. 1 hour every Monday night where we all get together and then we do a lesson, we do some accountability, and then we split up and you get the coaches. You get to hang with one of the coaches, you and a smaller group. We go really micro with this. And we're very intentional about it because the idea is your success and everybody's path is different. Right in the chat, my path is different. I want you to, if you believe that your path is going to be different from everybody else, which by the way, I want to encourage you to have that belief. You cannot perfectly follow everybody else's system, but you can follow the strategic system that works and strategically partner with people who are better than you at the things that you don't want to be good at. And Darina, another partnership of mine. As I write these down, you may be considering your spouse. Hands up if you know your spouse could be a great partner for you. Your spouse may be that person you've been looking for. Absolutely. And we got Doug and Heidi, and then Terry and Christine. Like, great partnerships. Okay, I love that you guys have done the couples thing. You're both on the same window. Me and Darina, technically, we're not too far away. We're on
They're
separate walls.
copying us.
Yeah, look at you guys. You guys are all cool. We got to send Heidi one of these shirts. We got to get her the 100 Millionaires shirt. Hands up. Put your shirt up to the camera if you're wearing one of the community shirts. If you got names on deeds, hot tub business plan, 100 Millionaires, mission to millions. Let's give you a round of applause. This community is powerful. We're on track to be more successful by reminding ourselves what this is all about. We've got to adjust this up here. You've got to be open to letting other people work for you strategically. I used to say that real estate agents were all my employees. I was like, they all work for me. Every agent in this city works for me. Every agent is somebody that works for me, and they're gonna bring me deals. And a friend of mine was nice enough to recognize my arrogance, and he told me, no, you got to look at them as partners. Every agent in this city is a potential partner. Somebody who could be on the other side of a deal for you, somebody who could bring you a piece of property or bring you a buyer for one of your properties. And when I started looking at it that way, I said, my God, it doesn't stop with agents. It's everybody on this planet is a potential partner. I've just got to identify what I'm looking for and then share it with them. And once I've shared with the right people, they'll pick up that partnership as long as it's beneficial for them. Write this down. Any hands up if you've written down a really good partner. You've got a partner on your piece of paper in front of you. You got an ideal partner, at least one, right? Okay. Relationship partner. This is probably the most important one. I want to make sure that the person I was committed to recognized that my mission comes first, no matter what. That if it came down to their opinion and the mission, I would just work very hard to make sure that their opinion lined up with the mission. But the mission comes first, regardless. Does that make sense? Like, no matter what, I'm on a mission to do a very important act in this world. I may not be able to eliminate poverty, but I will do my damnedest. I'm 35. I got a long way to go. I will do my best to make sure that people don't suffer financially. And in order to do that, I know that I must teach people how to build wealth. And if I teach people how to build wealth and I inspire others to teach people how to build wealth, that is the highest leverage position that I have. Anything else would be diminished returns. And so I chose a path of highest return. And the 100 Millionaires is an example of that mission. It's the process. If everybody builds 100 Millionaires, this whole planet would be full of millionaires. Hands up if that makes sense. And if the planet is full of millionaires, then we don't have anybody with broke mindsets or poor mindsets. We have people with an abundance mindset, because the only way you become a millionaire is doing deals morally, ethically, and legally. Loving other people, being empathic with other people, caring about other people's results. Every deal has to be win-win. So becoming a millionaire is a process. It's a journey. You're not just going to get there, but you could very quickly learn the process by jumping into something like an Alchemist boot camp, aka Alchemist mentorship, where you have people who are there to support you through the process. And if you want that right partner, you've got to be open. You got to be open to them. You've got to be open to being that right partner yourself. Because you've heard that saying, as within, so without. It's true. Like, when you become somebody worth loving, when you love yourself so damn much, it's undeniable that anybody else would love you. Like, they have to love you because you love you. And then when you find skills on that piece of paper, I want you to, on the other side, ask yourself, what would somebody with this talent or this lifestyle or this skill set or this attribute be attracted to? What would somebody with this skill set, attribute, lifestyle, or personality, what would they be attracted to? And Darina did this. It is absolutely fascinating. Look, I'm right here, right? It's amazing. So, but she did. When we started dating, she actually pulled out a piece of paper and she said, look, I wrote everything down on this side. And then on the other side, I wrote down, who do I have to become to attract that? She took accountability for attracting the right partner. And I've done the same thing in South Coast Capital Investments. And in this community, Who do I have to become? I want you to write this down because I think it's going to be valuable for you. Who do I have to become? Not me, you. Who do I have to become to attract this perfect partnership? This perfect partnership who's going to do all the things I don't want to do, whether that be the money, the work of the deal, or finding the deal, the sales and marketing piece. Hands up if your partner is a sales and marketing person. Hands up if your partner would be sales and marketing. They'd be aggressive sales marketing. Hands right up to the camera where I can see them. Some of you got little hands. All right. Nice. Excellent. Hands up if your partner would be somebody who is going to process everything, process all the stuff that's coming through. Like you're just falling behind on the bookkeeping side of things. All right. Excellent. Hands up if your partner would be somebody who just customer services it up. They're like, hey, all the people send them to me. I will do the people thing. I will follow up. I will people relationship stuff. Excellent. And hands up if you want somebody who can go out and make sure that nothing fails in the business, who makes sure that everybody's doing everything. The one partner to end all partners. If this is Lord of the Rings, one ring to rule them all. Hands up if you know you want that person. Excellent. Excellent. Shit, I'm still looking for that person. I'm looking for that Frodo Baggins, right? Go get it. The idea that you can have this strategic partnership comes from accepting that they exist first, accepting that you're worthy of them. Now I'm going to go through some really quick. So I want you to write this down if it's important to you. And if it's not important to you, you don't have to write it down. But I'm going to go through some examples of strategic partnerships. One, my relationship with the coaches. That is a strategic partnership. If I bring them money, I introduce them to somebody who ends up working with them, I get a little fee. Sometimes other coaches like Ryan McDermott, he can't pay me a fee because he's a financial advisor, Series 7. So what Ryan and I have worked out is, Ryan, will you take on some of this marketing piece? Will you take on some of this relationship building piece? Will you come in and teach some of these trainings so that when I send you people, you can't pay me back, but maybe you could help me bring more people in. Maybe you could help me support more people. Maybe we could have a deeper relationship there. Same with Mitch. Mitch Jorsky does things I don't want to do. He teaches things like crypto or evaluating deals. And so when he makes money, he sends it over to either Terry or myself, and we make sure that the money is rolled back into marketing. Ron Bowling handles all the things in my business. I don't do anything in South Coast Capital Investments. And if you expect me to, you're in the wrong company, right? My team, my partners know, right? Kim Harvey, Darina, Rick Aon, the people who are invested in South Coast don't want me managing the properties. They want me buying more properties. They want me out there finding the deals, leveraging, building the relationships. If I was doing Ron's thing, South Coast would not make as much money as South Coast makes. Does that make sense? That's the truth. And the people who are, potentially partnering with us, and by the way, I want to be very clear with the SEC, I am not selling any shares of the company right now. Those shares have been sold. For all of my friends who are in, give yourselves a round of applause. Congratulations. And so I can talk about the mission of the company very openly. I don't have to worry about whether or not somebody thinks I'm selling shares. So, by the way, if you are buying shares, then you and I already had a conversation and you already know. So don't worry about it. You and I have a commitment. So the company is designed to double its income. It's designed to double its net worth, right? Normally you can't say that about a company. So I have to be very careful. But that is why we built this. It's to grow. It's to expand. It's a company built and designed to keep growing. Hands up if you know that's what you want to do with your company. Keep growing, expand. My partners that I brought into South Coast, I told them, I said, this is my vision for the company. I'm going to take down this much. I'm going to create this much. I'm going to do this. But the truth is, I'm doubling that company every single year or more. That's what my goal is. I just want to be bigger every year. I want to serve more every year. I want more tenants every year. I want more buildings every year. I want to look back. I think you may feel the same way. I want to look back knowing I did more of that. Like last year, I'm going to do even more this year. It's exciting. That's why we build 100 millionaires. Well, I want 100 this year, and I want you to build 100 next year. Let's get it. It's going to bring a whole new world of pain for you, and excitement and pleasure. There's nothing like watching other people be successful. So Ken Hoffman, right? Ken Hoffman, we brought Ken as a partnership because Ken evaluates deals for us. He goes and he takes a look at properties. He manages some projects. Ron was overwhelmed. He didn't want to do it anymore. We brought a property manager in, Becky Rosen. We brought another property manager in to run our condos, Brandon Burns. These are partners who do all the work for us, to do all the management. We brought in Mike Shine. He's our partner. He handles all of our closings so that we didn't have to go and write up documents and record things. We brought in our lenders, Don Crummett. We've brought in people who do things for us. Don, all he does is he shops around money. And we pay him a brokerage fee for shopping around and finding who has the money, who will do our deals for us. I could call all the banks. Ron could call all the banks, but we don't. We just say, Don, go figure it out. Like who can do this deal? Hands up if you know that costs money. Every one of these people costs money. Every one of these people we give a cut, but they're worth it. You know why we pay them? Strategic partners are worth it. They are valuable. You can do more with them. You can get more with them. Right now, there's a partner out there for you. You got your soulmate is sitting out there somewhere, your business soulmate, and they want to help you make money. And they want to help you so bad because they know they want to make money too. And maybe you're the visionary of the company. Maybe they're just looking for a vision. They're hard workers. They've just been looking for that purpose. They've been looking for that person they can attach themselves to and really just go somewhere special. Or maybe you are the visionary and maybe they're that person who's just like, man, I'm just looking for some meaning. I'm just looking for something to do. I want to know my life has purpose. I want to know that I'm doing something valuable. And you could be looking for somebody who's just, I just want to be the bookkeeper. I just want systems like Julie Bradley, right? She just crushes the bookkeeping side. She takes good care of us. She's amazing. Or you could be looking for a real estate agent who just is willing to go and hunt and do the deals and make the phone calls. Maybe you're looking for that coach. Sometimes your coach is your strategic partner, right? Sometimes your mentor, your coach can be that person who helps align you up for your next deal, helps you line you up, get your mind right. Hands up if you know, like just getting your mind right. It's a project, right? It's like, damn. I want it so bad for you. It's hard. Sometimes I get emotional when I think about when I know what you're missing, because I've got it. I've got such an amazing life. I'm surrounded with an amazing community. I've got an amazing girlfriend. I've got some of the best friends I can ask for. And the money thing is like fun at this point. It's so fun. I remember the stress I used to have. I do. And that's why we do this training. That's why we do it, because it's really valuable. And if you ever see me hard sell a mentorship, you're welcome. It just means I got deep into my emotions and I really saw in your eyes that it was the right thing for you. And I went and I said, look, it would be unethical for me not to give it the option. Does that make sense? We understand. So if I ever hard sell while you're on the call, just know I see somebody in the room who needs it. And I appreciate your patience and I appreciate your understanding. And I appreciate you being in it with me, because I do believe that this mentorship is right for the people it's right for. For the people who are ready to become millionaires, man, we'll get you there. Right? We are committed in a crazy way. Look at these coaches. Each one of them is a little crazy. Each one of them like loves people just a little more than I think is normal or average. Like each one of them is like, man, like, no, I love people to the point where I will commit my time every single week, multiple hours of my time every single week to make sure that if somebody is looking to move, if somebody's afraid, if somebody doesn't know something, I'm there to make sure they can get past it. And the reason we do this is because at some point we didn't have that. At some point we wanted something so bad and there was nobody there to ask. There was nobody there to turn to. There was nobody there to help us, give us that hand. And each one of us made a commitment. We said, when we figure this out, I will put the ladder back. I will throw the hand out. I'll work the extra hour. I'll do the extra conversation, even if it's difficult to explain to somebody. I will figure out, I'll become a better explainer of things. Hands up if you know the coaches put in time to learn how to talk better. We do. We literally pay people. We go and spend our money so that we can learn how to communicate better, so that we can help you get to the next level. That's crazy. To be a coach, you got to be a little insane, right? Terry was talking about it Friday, like Thursday. You just got to be a little bit more loving than the next person, I think. Now, that doesn't mean that everybody isn't loving. I think you all are. Each one of you on here has the ability to be a coach one day, or at least a mentor, at least somebody who could pay it forward to other people. And that's what the 100 Millionaires is all about. Just all you got to do is teach somebody a little bit. They don't have to know everything, right? The coaches have put the time in. The coaches have really dedicated themselves. And so when they charge for things, it makes sense. But you don't have to charge to know that you're a better person, to give somebody a leg up, to connect them with the right coach. Hands up if you know just connecting somebody with the right coach is a good moral thing to do. Yeah, because you know that coach, that's why I do it. I know the coach is going to do a better job than me. I know the coach is going to go put the time in. And so that's why, you partner with strategic partnerships, people who can do things, who are going to crush it. I don't do transactions as an agent anymore. That's what agents are for, right? But I love referral fees. I send them the referrals. I say, hey, here you go. You're a great agent. I love what you're doing. Here's one of my really close friends. By the way, take good care of them because I'll know if you don't. And then I get paid for it, for making that relationship. Hands up if you know you need more strategic partnerships in your life. All right, I used the word need. I'm sorry. Hands up if you're going to get more strategic partnerships in your life. Excellent. And if you know somebody who the mentorship would be the right thing for them, if you know that it's the right opportunity for them, I'm imploring you to have that conversation. Be a good, moral, ethical person. Have the conversation with them. Don't just send them a link. I know many of you are in our affiliate program, and I love paying you, and I love sending you money. I do. It's one of my happiest moments. If I'm going to write a check to the government, you better believe I want to write a check to my community, right? But I want you to have a deep conversation and listen to them and find out if the mentorship is right for them before you introduce somebody, before you give them the option, the link. I want you to have a conversation with them and listen to what they're doing. Ask them what their goals are. Ask them what they're looking to do. Before you strategically partner with anybody, remember my rule, ask them where they're going. You don't want to waste time with people who aren't going to be on the same road as you in a few years. You want to know where they're going. Have an idea. How ambitious are they? How much money do they want to make? How big of an impact do they want to have on this planet? And if you and them have a similar goal, you want to go and do some big things. You want to change some people's lives, maybe. Maybe you want to have an impact. Maybe you want, when you die, this world to remember you were here. Maybe you want some impact left, legacy. Hands up if you know legacy is important. Yeah, because it's not all about you, right? And if you want legacy for you, like that's not legacy for the right reason. You want to leave something behind so you know your life mattered, so that you know the next generation is going to be just a little bit better because you were here. And if we can make it just a little better than that by teaching in the process of building wealth, by the way, to become a millionaire, you got to be able to do well in bad times, right? You got to be able to figure out and see the positive, the good in bad times. I know each one of you has that ability because when I started, I had less than you have right now because I didn't believe in myself. At least you believe in yourself. That's why you're still here. Hands up if that makes sense. Hands up if you know you believe in yourself. You know it's possible for you. Hell yeah. Give yourselves a hell yeah in the chat. Mike Shine, the book of the week. If we could bring it up, this is a phenomenal book. Go ahead, Mike.
Hello, everybody. The book of the week, as Darina is holding up, is Crushing It by Gary V. How many people here know who, hands to the camera if you know who Gary V is. So if you don't know who Gary V is, you should learn who Gary V is by getting on YouTube and watching his videos. He's inspiring, he's motivating, and he's in your face. And Crush It was his first book where he talked about how he took his family wine business from a $3 million wine business, brought it online, social media, and turned it into a 60-something million business. And from that, he saw that lots of people wanted to learn his secrets of working with Facebook and Instagram. How many people out there want to get a bigger presence for their personality? How many people see Walter following this, and he's on everything from TikTok to Facebook? So Crush It is examples of other people following Gary V's path pathway. And it's an amazing book because it talks about how to use each of the different types of media. Like YouTube is different from Facebook, and Facebook is different from Instagram, for example. It was put out in 2014, so some of the sites don't exist anymore, but Gary Vee mentions that things are always progressing. But geez, if you want to get your own personality and be out there, and you also get a look behind the curtain of where Gualter's going or where he gets his ideas, it's like you must sleep with this book because it's amazing. It's also inspiring because sometimes you think, well, who wants to hear about what I say? But some of the people that talk in this book are doing like dress patterns and teaching people how to make a Dolce & Gabbana dress themselves to save the money. And those are people who have actually crushed it. And from a personal standpoint, one of the people who speaks on the Audible is Rich Roll, who is an amazing ultramarathoner. And he actually narrates part of it. And I'm a huge fan of Rich Roll, who actually crushed it. And that's why he's in the book. So the book is crushing it. It's got a lot of really cool stories, and I highly recommend it because it'll teach you how to get your social credibility up and get you well known around the world. Thank you.
Let's give Mike Shine a round of applause. One of the reasons that we put that book in is because social influence is the secret to getting more wealth, to getting the right attention. More attention on your business will bring you the right partner. If you've ever been single, did you notice when you went out, you've met more people? Hands up if that made sense. When more people saw you, you had a better chance of meeting the right person. When I was single, I went to success events like crazy. I wasn't there for the speaker. I was there for the people in the room. I was like, if I'm going to meet somebody, I'm meeting somebody who's here in this room and sees this as valuable. Does that make sense? I would go to networking events that were real estate focused, and I'd always keep in the back of my mind open that I'm always looking for that right person. And sure enough, I met Darina at a success event. And then a few years later, we reconnected at a real estate event. Like minds will go to like places. So if you want to be more successful, create an image and put it out in a place where people can see it. Create the ideal image of yourself. Don't manufacture it. Be it, right? I decide who you want to be. Decide who you want to be, how you want to be. And then become that person internally, and then share that person with the world. You've heard it, fake it till you make it. That's because you haven't really figured it out yet, right? When you really feel who you are, when you know who you are, when you believe who you are, you don't have to fake it. You just go do it. It may, to others, they may seem like they feel like you're faking it, and they came up with that, oh, well, they're faking it. But I'm telling you, talk to Doug. If you don't believe in yourself and need a little hypnosis, need that little hypnotherapy to move things through, perfect. That's a great opportunity. If you know that you're ready to get into the mentorship, by the way, have a conversation with Darina. I forgot to say that. This is one of my big mistakes that I've made in the past, call to action. So I'm gonna teach you what I'm learning. I don't always make it clear how people can get into the mentorship. Hands up if you know that's a problem. That's a big oops to do that in your business. People want it. Somebody may want and be interested in getting in. And then if you don't give them the pathway, they think, what the hell? You've let me down. And I'm on a mission to never let anybody down. So you can go to gualtermerillo.com/mentor, and we'll take care of you from there. Coming soon, the website is being revamped. I've got a great opportunity that we're creating to build the community and make it stronger. Costs absolutely nothing. It costs me a lot of money, but it will cost our community nothing. And it's going to make sure that you have a lot more knowledge and information. Hands up if you know more knowledge, information, and accountability is better. Yes. If I thought I was good at building millionaires before, technology is going to make me better. I know that to be true. And so I'm making the investments now. I cannot tell you exactly what is coming, but it is a very cool tool, and I'm very excited about it. And I just want to, because I know my marketing team watches these and listens to these, I just want to give them a round of applause. If we could all just give our marketing team a round of applause for everything they're creating, and our development team, our tech team, a round of applause for all the stuff they're doing on the back end. especially Crystal Diction. She's been doing a lot of work. Mike Gabriel, a lot of work. Frank has been doing a lot of work. Frank Montello. Darina has been doing a lot of work. So Darina, what is the easiest way for somebody to have a conversation with you? You already dropped your link, and I see Doug's link. Awesome.
Just text me. I dropped my texting phone and number, and I'm happy to chat. Or just go to gualtermerle.com/mentor.
Excellent. Let's give Darina a round of applause. Let's give our team a round of applause. We're going to open up to the coaches. I just have one more thing that I have to say. It's really important. And I appreciate you listening to this. And if you take offense to it, I apologize in advance. I am extremely busy, which has never been my goal in life. My goal has always been to be extremely productive. I've always looked to add massive value. And yet somehow I found myself in a position where I've been extremely busy responding to people's texts and responding to messages and responding to, I don't respond to phone calls. So I eliminated that a long time ago, but I will be eliminating the responding to messaging. You will no longer be getting a response from me unless, by the way, you're in the mentorship, in which case you and I we're soulmates. We're good. We're in this forever. So don't worry about it. If you're a coach or you're in the mentorship, I made a commitment to you a long time ago. So that that's valid. But if you're outside of the mentorship, you haven't joined, then I apologize in advance, but my time is way too valuable and I'm a fucking millionaire. Like I'm doing what I fucking want. Does that make sense? I care so much about my community. And if somebody comes into the community, we have a different relationship. You've paid to be there. I get it. I'm committed. But if somebody just wants my information for free, look, that's why I post videos. You can consume. If you want to talk to me, join the mentorship. Does that make sense? My coach, he got very clear with me. He's like, dude, like you must be stressed out. He's like, no wonder you don't have any hair, right? How many hours you spend responding to people? I told him 4 to 5 hours a day. I respond on Messenger, on Instagram, on TikTok, on Snapchat, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, like every single day. And I can't, like, I don't check my email anymore. That's a problem. That means that I haven't been very clear with my messaging on how to communicate with me. Does that make sense? That's why I do the live calls every week. If you want me, I'm going to be on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I am here to serve, but I got to do it in an efficient manner. And God bless, and I hope each one of you suffers this experience at some point with your business where there's so much coming in that you're not able to deliver that one-on-one literal texting. I pray you have this problem, and I'm looking to build that problem in your business. Hands up if you know that's a problem I can create. Yeah, we're talking about good problems. Give yourselves a round of applause. Coaches, let's bring on the coaches. We have some very, very valuable lessons to be learned from strategic partners. Today, I'm going to be talking to some of my strategic partners. Ryan McDermott, I know there's always a soccer game, so I want to make sure I get to you first, and then we'll go to Doug. I know you got Heidi there, so let's give everybody respect. Ryan, what is your biggest takeaway on strategic partnerships that you could give somebody?
Sure. Yeah, no, I mean, strategic partnerships, when I started my first business, I kind of did everything myself. And I kind of, I got to a point, I didn't really understand strategic partnerships. I got to a point where I couldn't grow anymore. And so I had to sell my business. And I sold my business and I went and worked for the acquirer. And it was a really interesting experience working for this company. The acquirer, the people that acquired my company were sort of like me, but 20 or 30 years ahead of me. And when I go to lunch with the founders and ask them, like, how did you get from like where I was to like where you are? And they were like, people, it's you got to pull people into your business. It became finding the right people to involve in your business. This is going through probably very similar exercises like Walter just took us through. And so, I stayed, I had a legal requirement to kind of stay with that company for a few years. And when I got to the end of that point, I said, okay, look, I'm going to dust it off and I'm going to I'm going to start my business again. And I did that, for about 6 or 7 years ago. And I listened, I remembered when I was doing that, okay, I've got to find, if I really want to grow, I've got to find awesome partners. And that's what I've done. Many of you have met some of my partners, that have worked with me and stuff like that. And but even today, I work with coaches who remind me, I understand the technical aspects and the technical partners I need, but to grow my business. And Mark, I was literally on a call yesterday with Terry, where I caught myself going down the path of trying to do something that I don't know how to do, and he pulled me out. He was like, "Nope, you don't have to do that. You're gonna find a person to do that or a partner to do that." And anyway, so I can't say enough about strategic partners. That book, Crushing It. Yeah, there he goes. Hell yeah. Gary V. The thing I love about Gary V, as far as putting out content, I always struggle to put out content, is talking in your own voice is not an exhausting thing. It's an exhausting thing to be able to put out this tight looking content, trying to pretend like just talking your own voice. I'm literally doing it right now live, and it's just easy. It's so much easier. So anyway, we'll go from there. Thank you.
Let's give Ryan McDermott a round of applause. Awesome. Doug McGurk, you and Heidi, and we did talk about relationships today too, Heidi. So if you want to jump in, ladies first.
Yeah, I would love to, because everything's a relationship. Your relationship with money. We have a relationship with money. We have a relationship with our trust. We have a relationship with each other. So I coach coaches, and I've known that for a long time, that I'm called to coach coaches. I'm called to teach leaders, to coach other coaches and help them find their unique voice. And I think it's easier said than done. It's really easy. Like, it's cute to go, oh, just be yourself. But everyone's like, well, who am I? Like, I don't even know who that is. And that's real, because most of us are not who we really are. We're who we've needed to be, which is, in order to feel like we fit in or get love. Like I always say, we spend the first half of our life trying to fit in and the second half trying to stand out. You know what I mean? Like, I'm over here. So it's about figuring out who you really are. But in order to do that, you've got to let go of who you're not and who you've been. So when I partner with people, when they come into my program, some of them don't come in, don't even know they're coming in as a coach, but I see it in them. I see the potential. Hey, if this person starts with me as a relationship person and they want to work on their codependence or finding themselves or would stop shrinking or playing small, I get the feeling, I get the vibe, and I wait for those people to bring them in, because I know I'm called to take them all the way home, back home to themselves, to their true purpose, to their real calling in life. So I'm strategic about that. When I'm having a consultation, I'm paying attention to how I'm feeling and what's coming up, and is this a person that has a mission inside of them that I get excited about? I know when I take on a client, I want to be excited. I don't want to go, oh God, I have Shirley at 2:15. I want to be like, oh yeah, I'm getting that feeling. I can't wait to go meet with that client, because that's a client that's going to be with you and stay with you and get great results because you're just as fired up. Like, it's not just about what can they do for me. It's got to be interdependent. We don't come to our clients' partnerships to just take. Right? Oh, this is a strategic partnership because I'm going to get something from you. It's beautiful when it's interdependent. And that's how the universe is set up. You flow into me and I flow into you. And that's what we want. We want to wait for those interdependent relationships, not codependent or not total dependent. Like, you come to give and take. It's this ebb and flow. That's how the universe is wired. For us to put the bees in the hunt and the flowers, that was a lot. I don't know. I just, I get excited. I want to share all the things. And, so that's what I think.
If you thought Heidi had some good advice there, yes? Let's give her a round of applause. Every coach loves a clap. Secret to getting coaches to like you more. Doug, your view. By the way, you get points for marrying Heidi. I think that was a really good move. That was a strategic partnership.
Well, I will add to, yes, 100%. I did that exercise that you had mentioned earlier about designing like my ideal mate and who it was that, what were my must-haves and what were my deal breakers, and that was, someone that I could not only be in an intimate relationship with, but my vision was to be able to work together for us to be that aligned that we could support each other's mission. But the one thing which I also, two things about actually. One, intrapreneurship for those of us who may have gigs or may have opportunities, you could also look, as Heidi shared, interdependence, entrepreneurship, that there is that absolute philosophy going into it, that win-win, that we're both entrepreneurs and we're supporting each other by filling gaps and having resource shares. And then the other thought with the designing of, and you had shared, who do I need to be to attract that strategic partner? The next step, though, is like, how do you keep them? Step one, make money. Step two, keep and invest the money. So we need to also add that next layer of also, who do I need to be in order to keep that relationship growing? Who do I need to be? What do I need to bring to the table that is mutually beneficial long term? So I'll leave it at that, because we could go down a whole bunch of rabbit holes there. As always, these calls spur so much awesome, like places we could go down. But great job, and blessed to be here. And thanks, Heidi, for joining us today. Very nice.
Thank you, Desiree.
Hands up if it's really cool, this lesson and how it works. I'm telling you, all the money is right here. The coaches are giving you gold right now.
Tell everybody.
Dr. Terry Wager and Christine, since we're doing couples, might as well bring our next couple on. By the way, who loves that these are power couples, right? These men and women are working together to improve their family's position. They're not thinking about themselves. They're thinking about their family at all times. It's a family goal. Awesome. I love it. Go ahead, Terry.
I think it goes back to the mission. Like the mission, where do you want to be in your life? And who's going to join you on your journey? Whether they inspire you. I know I get inspired by this guy. I get inspired by the community I'm surrounded in this group. It's expressing yourself and knowing who you are, where your voice is, where you want to be driving it, how you inspire others, how you are inspired. Where is that coming from? Is it from the universe? Is it from yourself? Is it from your partners, your strategic partners? I think it's from all of them. And I think you would all agree with that it's not just you. You have to be familiar with yourself, but you have to be familiar to where you want to go. Who's going to get you there? Is it on the bullet train of action? Yeah, but that's you working the bullet train of action. So the other piece about strategic partners, I know sometimes at the beginning, you're like, oh, I need all the money myself. I need to have the money myself. I don't have the money to share, but that's not thinking abundantly. It's thinking that bigger picture, or sometimes you hear it, the bigger pie, the bigger the slice for you. It's just, if you have a small pie, you get the whole pie, but it's not that slice. You can have a big pie and a bigger slice. So who has the pie that you can have a slice of is how I want to leave it, because I know we have 2 gigs today. Terry, take it away.
We had the graciousness of Doug and Heidi last year when we took a trip down to Florida, and we had never met Heidi. We had heard Doug talk about Heidi a little bit here and there, and we walked in there, and it was just an amazing time and amazing hostess. But the thing that I found is, and this is going to sound maybe egotistical, but I get on these conversations with different coaches and different people in the improvement business. And I had one of the best talks with Heidi the first night, but it wasn't just the first night. It was all 7 days. It was just like a continuous talk. And it was just amazing. If anybody hasn't talked to her, you got to talk to her. She's amazing. She's right in line with everything that I teach about relationships. And, just amazing, a different point of view, but right in line with just the stuff that I've found is helps people move forward faster. On to today's topic of really identifying those partnerships. I think the biggest thing, Walter was talking about doing the tests and make sure that you get the test. I think the first step is talking to people, really getting connected to them and being vulnerable. And I talk about this with a lot of my clients, is you got to be vulnerable. You got to be honest, open, and willing. And that's how, by the way, and you got to really be open to these people in order to see if they're a match. But doing those ideals lists that Walter was talking about, Christine did one. She just told me she did one. I never knew. She
In
never told me
college.
that. She did in college. And then I did one after my last relationship broke up. I did a deep dive into what I'm really looking for, what I really don't want in my life. And I teach people that whenever you leave a situation, make sure you take some time to identify what worked in the relationship and what didn't, because the next one is going to be based on the prior one, unless you do that inventory of what you liked, what you didn't. And so moving forward into your next relationships, the different people that you're looking for, what works, what doesn't, what can I accept, what is not acceptable in my life. And you start to have the road narrow, and all of a sudden it's very easy. And I talk about light bright, and I don't know if anybody is too young to remember light bright, but us right in the middle area of life know this light bright, and it's these little pegs that go in and they light up and make a picture. Well, when we really have our ideals list, it just lights up the people that are right for us. The road narrows, and it's really easy to see, yes, this person works, no, this person doesn't. No more online dating, whether it's online dating for a date or it's online for a different partnership or whatever. You know, go to these. I have a friend that has a JV program that you can go online and pick your JV partners. You don't need to do that, because you know exactly what you're looking for, and you start to gravitate magnetically towards them like the bullet train. And so everything becomes very quick and moving forward because you just connect with people in the right way. So, you know, it's important to do this ideals list. It's important to really get connected to yourself so you know what is good for you.
Let's give Dr. Terry Wager and Christine McGinley a round of applause. I agree. The world's got some pies out there, big ones, small ones, little ones, this slices. But I'll tell you what a very wise man has made me believe. Ron Bowling, my own business partner, has told me that the world is a kitchen. And if the world is a kitchen, then you can make your own pie. And if you're going to make your own pie, you might as well make a pie that other people want a piece of. Does that make sense? Make a pie worth tasting, make a pie worth sharing. And if you can inspire others to eat your pie, that means you can make more pies, and more people be eating the pie and they'll be enjoying it. And you don't have to worry about the pie. Does that make sense? Others will be inspired to make sure that the pie is taken care of because they're also in it with you. And so you can continue baking pies and have more pies and have more. You can have more in this world because you can become more. We believe that's true. That's right. We wouldn't be here if we didn't think it was possible to have more. Mitch Jorsky, you're up, and please do not let me forget to bring on Darina. Every so often, I get very close. And the coaches are good about making sure I don't forget.
Dude, you could have actually saved a hot minute because you literally stole my words. I was going to quote Ron Bowling because you know I love quoting things. And instead of quoting hip hop or a movie for a change, I was actually going to quote someone in the community. And that's why I was laughing my face off as you were talking, because I was like, this literally just stole it right out of my brain. I mean, granted, I got the quote from you, AKA Ron, but it's so true. I mean, you know, that pie's big enough, there's enough to go around. And like, that's what partnership lends to, because you can do more, make more, create more happiness, have more growth, you know, with partnerships and, you know, going solo. And, you know, per the usual, I just know how to teach from speaking from experience. And, you know, we all know I used to be like one man wrecking crew, do it all myself, leave me alone, get out of the way. And I trust nobody. And you can grow that way, but it's a slow burn and it burns you out. So, you know, it's a more simplistic point of view compared to like the deep dive that we just got from the power couples. But I'm a simple man and I do simple things, and you can have success with that. So, you know, when it comes to partnerships, it's not just, well, it's very important to obviously find people that have those like opposite qualities, those offsetting strengths, things like that. But you need to find someone that you have that trust and that bond with. And, you know, everyone's different. We have different relationships with, like Heidi was mentioning it, with trust and all that. And for me personally, trust is a big one. So like, my partner is basically like a brother, and, I trust him with my life. And that's one of the reasons that we're partners. So know thyself as well when you're looking for a partner. And
Awesome. Let's give Mitch Jorsky a round of applause. Know thyself, know who you are, know what you want. That's why this exercise is so powerful. And if you missed some of it, you can go back and redo the exercise. It doesn't get old. It's still valuable over and over. This is something you can review weekly if you have to. In fact, as you've heard me say, what you think about, you bring about. What you focus on expands. What you track, you get more of. So make sure, just like your net worth tracker, you track your partnership. Remember, your network is your net worth. The people you surround yourself with will build and attract your network. And so this is just as important as your net worth tracker, if not more valuable. Make sure you're keeping track of who you want in your life, and then go and get them. Do the work to get there. Mike Shine, you're up.
Holy cow, Walter, this one's a softball for me. I don't know if you know, but I'm writing a book on partnerships. Wow. And to get a little meta on that, I'm actually using a partnership to write that book with Jen Sullivan from Jen's Pens, and also Walter, strategic partnership, helping me write that book, since he's a 3-time author, right? Right, Walter? 3? Nice. Yeah, and I've been married to Brenda for almost 20 years now. It's the best partnership I could ever have. I definitely outkicked the coverage, and pretty much anywhere in my life, I've used partnerships to level up. And we're also the poster child for Alchemist, because I work with Ken Hoffman, who I met in the Alchemist, and he and I are working together, and we figured out what he does well and what I do well, and we really help each other get to the next level. So I can't support partnerships more. I believe in them totally. It's made me successful as an attorney. It's made me successful as a husband, as a family man, and hopefully in the future as a speaker and a coach. So that's what I got. Thank you.
Let's give Mike Shine a round of applause. And if you are interested in learning more about partnerships, obviously Mike is the way to go. If you want to get on the bullet train of action, talk to Dr. Terry Wage or Christine. If you want to get your mind, you want to start learning NLP or get your relationships handled, Doug McGurk or Heidi. And if you want to evaluate deals, Mitch Jorsky. If you want to work with me in any capacity, then speak to Darina, because Darina does everything as far as communication with the community. She makes sure that I'm on track, I'm showing up to the right places, that I'm speaking, that I'm on podcasts. Let's give Darina a round of applause before we bring her on. Darina, what piece of advice or what biggest takeaway did you get from today?
Good morning and thank you. I feel like I'm in the wrong window. To like move over. So much said, and I was like, oh, I'm thinking of that idea. Someone is talking and sharing. I'm super impressed. I'm really impressed with Heidi. I just want to say it. And we've never met. I'm very much looking forward meeting you in person soon, and very much looking forward getting together with community in October, because we do have 3-day event coming up. But if you don't know yet, book your calendar. All details are coming. It's October 22nd. 24th, we can chat how to get the hotel, how to get in the event with everyone in this community. It's going to be epic. I'm thrilled. And, building this event, I am using strategic partnerships as well. And it comes down to clarity. What do we really want to create? Who I am, what's my strength? I learned a few years back, I'm no longer focusing on my weaknesses, right? Because it doesn't do any good, right? I will partner up with someone who wants to do what I don't want to do, because I'm clear what I don't want to do and I'm clear what I do want to do. And in fact, we work with Doug and we work with Terry and Christine and really help you identify what are you best at and where you can take that quality to advance your business and people around you. And as within, so without, Walter's favorite phrase, you really are going to attract and gravitate towards the right people. So just be true to yourself. And if you're confused, coaches are here to help you out to figure out what exactly who you are, who you're not, right, Heidi? Who you're not. That was brilliant. And then it will naturally happen. You will magnitude towards the people who will take you forward and help you really, really enjoy this life.
Let's give Darina a round of applause. She mentioned a very good point. October 22nd to the 24th, get it on your calendar, book your events, get your hotel room planned, because we are going to be there live, there to help you build and get to the next level. The 100 Millionaires Summit is a must attend. If you want to be successful in 2022, then you've got to prepare yourself in 2021. Get the plan in place, get the network in place. You're going to be hanging out with everybody in the community. This is the only mandatory event in 2021. Be there or be square. You can learn more about it. Ask Darina, text her questions. Darina, if somebody wanted to link to it, do we have that available, or is it only available to people in the mentorship right now?
So I just dropped a link to book discounted hotel. That's a Florida Hotel and Conference Center. It's really a cool place, and we negotiated a special price. So get there probably on the 21st. So because we start sharply at 8 o'clock in the morning and we go all the way down. And I encourage you to stay at the hotel, because we're going to do a lot of networking till who knows when. And if you are part of the mentorship, it comes to you for free, the event at no cost. If you are not a part of the mentorship, let's talk, because that event is epic and it's a huge bonus. So I dropped the hotel link again, and the landing page with more details is coming up shortly. And also we're going to have an app where you can just grab your phone and see all of the details, the rooms, where to go, how to check in, who to talk to. So just a couple of days and it will be available. Excellent.
I just checked the website. It looks like we've got the tickets for the event. If you want to go to the event separately, that's $1,000. It's $997. And if you sign up for the mentorship today, you're obviously getting that event thrown in for free. But wait, there's more. When you get a ticket for the event, we're giving you a bonus ticket for your partner, That way you're on the same track together. This is not for somebody else. This is either your spouse or your business partner. Does that make sense? Hands to the camera. All right. This is not for strangers. This is not for like a friend. This ticket is for you and your partner. We want you on the same page. We want you going to the top together. Hands up if you know we're all getting there together. The rising tide raises all ships. Hands up if you know today is the mastermind. So if you are in the mastermind, we will see you at 12 p.m. If you have not already gotten your link, send Darina a text. But the link is out there. It's already been sent to our mastermind members. I will see you there at 12. If you have not joined our mastermind and you have questions about it, as always, ask Darina. Just send her a message or shoot her a text or schedule a call with her. I am so blessed to be able to say I am not doing any more of these calls. And for everybody I have done a call with, you are so blessed because we got to hang out together. And I also feel blessed for that time. So let's give yourselves a round of applause. Cheers to your success. We have a choice. Always work with the best. And Dan, good to see you, brother. It was awesome to see you on the call, man. Later, guys. Damien, you too. Good seeing you, my man.